Welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to be focused on tips on how to optimize your LinkedIn profile. Now, if you don't have a LinkedIn profile, as I've said before, stop everything and go get one. It is a job seeker's best friend, not only for finding a job, but also for networking with other individuals. Let's get started. Here's our list of top 5 things you can do to optimize your LinkedIn profile. All right, let's count down the top 5. Number 5, add more data to your LinkedIn profile. Now, I know this sounds really easy, but we have reviewed hundreds and hundreds of profiles, and the vast majority of them do not have enough information on their profile, especially under the experience section. It's not enough to just list your job and your company and one bullet on what you did. You want to add as much data as you possibly can. An easy way to do that is to take your resume and any information that you have underneath that company, add underneath the details of the experience for that company. Now, if we look at LinkedIn in general, remember it is a keyword-driven system. How do you stand out amongst the millions and millions of profiles? How do companies and recruiters find you amidst all of those individuals? They do it through searches, and they use keywords for those searches. If you make your resume long and make your LinkedIn profile short, you're missing the gates. You're not going to come up in the search filters. Now, you can attach your resume to LinkedIn, but that is not keyword searchable. Any attachments are great documents that hopefully people will look at, but when they do the searches, it will not use those words on those documents as keywords. Okay, let's move on to number 4, bad format. Now, if your LinkedIn profile is just one long paragraph underneath the experience, it's too much data. While you want to have as much information as possible, you have to organize the data in a way that's easier for recruiters and companies to understand. This is exactly the same way that you need to do it on your resume. If you have large chunks of data, what's going to happen is you're going to get recruiter fatigue, and they're going to read a little bit and then skip to the next section. You don't want that to happen. All of your skills and experience are important when you're doing your job search. So what format should you use in order to draw the reader down through your profile? This is really easy. Just use bullets. Try to use no more than 1 to 2 sentences per bullet, and that will help to lead the recruiter or the company down throughout your profile so they see not just your great information at the top, but all the way through. Now, our number 3 tip to optimize your LinkedIn profile is to make sure that you are linked to the companies you worked for correctly. Why is it important to link correctly to those companies? Well, what you don't see, job seekers, is behind the scenes when companies and recruiting firms use LinkedIn Recruiter, they have search features that are based on the companies you worked for. For example, industry. The companies create what's called a LinkedIn page, and on that page, they choose industries that they associate their company with. When we, as recruiters, go out on LinkedIn Recruiter and do a search, it pulls information all the way through from those LinkedIn company pages. So it is very important that you are linked appropriately. How do you know if you're linked or not? This is easy. When you look at the company underneath your experience section of your profile, if you see a gray box as opposed to the logo, that usually means you're not linked appropriately. How do you go back and relink it? Well, go into edit mode on that part of your profile, and you can re-enter the company name. Enter it slowly, and you should see companies pull up. You want to select the one that matches the company you worked for. Now, there are some companies that unfortunately have not created a LinkedIn company page, even though it's free to do. Those are usually smaller companies. In that case, there's nothing that you can do about it in regards to linking to the company, but you can still list information about the industry under the experience for that job. And why that's important is, let's say I do a search by a keyword with the industry in it, as opposed to linking right to the company industry. You'll still come up in my search. Let's move on to our number 2 way to optimize your LinkedIn profile. Look at your skills section. Now, LinkedIn allows you to have up to 50 skills listed, and I do recommend you list 50. Behind the scenes on LinkedIn Recruiter, when companies and recruiting firms are doing searches, they use skills as a primary search filter. It is important that you list as many as you can. Now, when you are listing skills, there's a difference between hard skills, like maybe a skill on a software like SAP or Oracle, and what we call soft competencies, which are things like being a good listener, having attention to detail. Now, while both are very important, think about this in search keywords. You want to try and stay with skills that are more hard. If I'm trying to hire an engineer, I very easily will do a search parameter of SolidWorks, which is a key skill that I want that engineer to have. But I'm really not going to do a search for attention to detail. Why is that? I'm going to get tons of people that don't have the qualifications necessary. So while soft competencies are important, I think on the skills section of your LinkedIn profile, you should stick with hard skills. Now, there's an exception to every rule, and I'm going to give you some of the exceptions right now. If you are in a management or a leadership role, you may want to put something like management skills, leadership skills. Those are things that are going to be important if that's the part of the primary role of this position. Okay, so what is our top tip to optimize your LinkedIn profile? It's about that open to new opportunities section, a section that is so critical for job seekers especially. Now, if you're not familiar with the open to new opportunities section, LinkedIn allows you to show individuals that you're looking for new roles. It can be that you're looking for career growth, or it can be that you're looking for a brand new job. Now, there are 2 settings. One setting allows you to open it for recruiters only. In this setting, it will hide the fact that you have this turned on to your current company or anybody that has a LinkedIn recruiter license with your current company. It will also only make that part visible to other companies that have that LinkedIn recruiter license. So if you're worried about showing your current company that you're looking for something new, you probably want to have it set to this. But for all of the rest of you, I highly recommend you have it open to everyone. LinkedIn Recruiter is a very expensive system, and not all companies and recruiting firms can afford to pay for it. If you have this setting open to everyone, then they too will get to see this great data about you. Now, there are several fields you can fill in the open to new opportunities section. So please take the time to fill in all of them. All of them are search filter keywords that recruiters use in order to find you. Okay, that was a lot of ways to optimize your profile, but I didn't actually show you how to do it. Want more information? Subscribe to our channel. We're coming out with videos on each and every one of these sections to show you how to quickly and efficiently make the changes we just talked about, so your profile is one of the ones that comes to the top. Thanks again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, ring that bell, share, and if you liked this video and thought it was helpful, I would really appreciate it if you gave us a thumbs up. Thanks.